Hey everyone, it's Friday. Woohoo! We made it. So glad it's Friday. Glad to have the weekend ahead of us, and excited about that. But today I want to talk about a subject called "Don't Waste." Don't waste. Have you ever bought something and then found out that it just wasn't what you were expecting? Have you ever done something and when you were done, you thought, "What a waste of time." A couple of years ago, I did some research on a tablet to see what people were saying about it. There were a lot of great reviews, and so I went out and I bought one. And about 3 months later, it it got real slow, and the battery drained really fast. And since that time, I've thought, man, I wasted my money on that tablet. I could have used that money, saved it up, and bought a really nice one, but I'd wasted my money. What Mary did in Mark chapter 14 wasn't a waste. But there were some who were at the table there who claimed that it was a waste. Let's look at it. Mark chapter, and actually, this story is mentioned in all four Gospels, and that's what's really interesting. But Jesus mentions that when he reprimands those who are sitting there. But let's look at it, verses 3 through 9. While he was in Bethany, at the home of Simon the leper, and reclining at the table, there came a woman with an alabaster vial of very costly perfume of pure nard, and she broke the vial and poured it over his head. But some were indignantly remarking to one another, "Why is this perfume, now look at this, why has this perfume been wasted? For this perfume might have been sold for over 300 denarii, and the money given to the poor." And they were scolding her. But Jesus said, "Leave her alone. Why do you bother her? She's done a good deed to me. Shouldn't we do good things for God? For you always have the poor with you, and whenever you wish, you can do good to them. But you do not always have me. She has done what she could." Look at that. She's done what she could. "She has anointed my body beforehand for the burial. Truly I say to you, whenever the gospel is preached in the whole world, what this woman has done will also be spoken of in memory of her." So it's not just the gospel that's the death, burial, and resurrection of Jesus Christ that's going to be in memory, but it's going to be of her as well because of the good deed that she did. The perspective of Mary was that no matter how much that perfume was worth, and let's just say that it was worth $50. We don't, I don't know, I didn't go in and research out how much 100 denarii is, but let's just, for the sake of saying that it was worth $50. Isn't Jesus worth more than that? Jesus was worth 10 times that. She was willing to give up all that she had for Jesus. Jesus explains that this was all she could do. She couldn't do anything else. So she gave all that she could, and she did all that she could. One gospel says that the aroma of that perfume filled the room. What you can do for Jesus can cause the whole world around you to smell like Jesus. Wouldn't that be great? We talk about, in the Old Testament, talked about when the temple was built, that the Shekinah glory came down and filled the temple. Shouldn't we have that in our world today? Don't we need that in our world today? Look at the perspective of the others that were there. They said they could sell that perfume and help the poor. Well, no, that is not what they actually had in mind. They weren't really thinking about the poor at all. They were thinking of the money. How much is Jesus worth to you? Is he worth your time? Is he worth your valued possessions? Is he worth your money? Think about that today. When you're working or enjoying time or whatever, Think about, how much is Jesus worth to you today? All right, y'all. That's my Canadian Southern way of saying, okay, you have a great day. All right. Take care, everybody.